Camera here. Hi everyone. This is Shirley Joy Weiss coming to you live again for day seven of what has been such an amazing challenge, the Birth Your Big Vision Challenge, a feminine leadership launch pad for your enlightened business. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited for today's talk because this one is going to be so rich, so good. It's our last day for the challenge and it's going to be rich with inspiration. Hello, Lisa. Welcome, beautiful. And we're just getting started, so you're coming at a perfect time. And yes, today's lesson is going to be rich with inspiration. Yes, rich with possibility and rich and lots of conversation about abundance, true abundance and money and all that good stuff, because with that huge heart and vision and ability of yours to bring so much wisdom and heart to our world, my God, you deserve tons and tons of money. So I really want to break down money and conscious business principles in a totally new light so that you are infinitely more empowered around money and certainly your ability to draw money into your life. And so we're going to it's time to really help you take a totally new and deeper look at money to help make the way for more. How does that sound? Does that sound good? Are you guys ready for it? I certainly know I am. And so, as you know, this is day 7 of the Courageous Soul, not the Courageous Soulpreneur Challenge, that was my old challenge, of the Birth Your Big Vision Challenge. And just a quick recap for what we've done so far, so you really get a complete breath of what we've done. You know, day 1, we helped you master the true role of a spiritual leader, so that you really feel ready today and that you know you can get out there in a really powerful and leveraged way. And day 2 was all about really understanding and connecting to what are your highest powers as a leader so that you impact and succeed with the greatest wisdom and efficiency and grace. So we got into some really unique insights into what are your highest powers as a leader to really unleash those in yours. And day 3 was all about getting over that feeling of a fraud. And of course, that's about mastering whatever triggers come your way, whether you get triggered by others, triggered by money, triggered by anything, helping you master triggers and habits so that you feel you can remain centered on your path. A lot of my clients are always saying that I don't know if I can remain centered enough to call myself a leader. And so that you know you're walking your talk. And so definitely check out day 3. You're going to have the replays available till Sunday. So definitely check out day 3 if you want to learn how to be more of a master in terms of your emotions and triggers. No longer feel like a fraud and know you're walking your talk. And hello, beautiful. Thanks for joining. And then day 4, we started to get really more practical and our hands dirty into your vision. And I brought forth a super quick, cool, and eye-opening exercise to help you get really clear not only on your message, but how much you already know, and helped you discover how to design an entire program around it. And the breakthroughs that people had around that were huge. People are like, oh my God, I have my program. Oh my God, I have my next free challenge. I can't believe that. That was so amazing. And so that was about getting really clear with your vision. Hello, Risa, welcome. So glad you can join live, beautiful. And so if you haven't done day 4 and you think you're not ready, or you think you don't know what you could actually share, or you think you're not ready to actually make a program out of your wisdom, you gotta check out day 4. It's gonna be really eye-opening and gonna make you feel more confident and ready than you can imagine. And it's just such my joy to bring you guys so much depth of wisdom. And then real quick, day 5, of course, was about fearless authenticity and unstoppable creativity. So you can start getting out with your message in a really heartfelt way that connects really powerfully with your tribe. And you become an unstoppable creativity machine. So you're just out there with amazing content in an unstoppable way. So key for us entrepreneurs. And then day 6, yesterday, hello and welcome everyone joining. Day 6, of course, was all about connection and tribe building. You know, and if we are going to birth something really big, we can't do it on our own. And we have to create the perfect strategic partners and get out there owning our leadership so that we are magnetic not only to the powerful partners that we want to connect with and collaborate with, but also to our clients. So we got really practical as well as profound in helping you discover partners while also really own your leadership in a greater way. So you're radiating the confidence and clarity that's going to attract people to you. So amazing, juicy lesson. I mean, we've brought it really big. And so today is just as important as all of that, all right? Because we're in business and money is so necessary to be in business and to be in this world, right? And so we got to talk about money if we're going to talk about birthing a vision. And so I'm so excited about this one. It's such an important one. And so if you think some of your followers on Periscope are going to benefit from this one, please go ahead and share, whether you're on the replay or whether you're here live. Let's get as many people in the room benefiting from this wisdom. And yeah, so today is all about money and thriving in conscious business. And it's going to be so juicy. We are going to give you a really unique, unexpected twist on money, a deeper understanding, a deeper look into money, so that you create a real healthy relationship with money that begins to attract more of it in your life rather than repel it. Because so many people are repelling money from their life and not realizing, because of their unconscious relationship with money. So we're going to take a look at that. And I guarantee you're going to hear things today that you haven't heard in other abundance trainings. So I'm really, really excited we're going to bring you today. And you see, abundance is also more than just about money. And it's so important. We're going to talk about really making way for unlimited abundance and thriving in your business. It's really key that you understand and get in touch with the greatest source of abundance available to you. It's not a bank. And we're going to get into that. And it's going to be so inspiring. And I'm telling you, it's going to transform not just your wealth, but how you do business, how you relate to your business. It's going to be super, super inspiring. You don't want to miss that. And then we're also going to talk about how to be most savvy in business, because it's also about thriving in business and conscious business principles. And so we're going to talk about one of my favorite conscious business principles, which is the importance and power of having both masculine strategy and feminine intuition in order to be most efficient and successful in your work. So we're going to talk about that in a super clear, grounded way. How does that sound? To really activate both energies in your life. And of course, I'm going to bring you some really fun, initial, effective tips to get you going on each. And just get really real today about what it's going to take to really finally thrive in your life, with your money and your work. How does that sound? Give me a thumbs up if you're excited for this. Give me some hearts if you're excited for this. I know I am. Yes. Good. And of course, this is the last lesson of the Birth Your Big Vision free challenge. And if you're just joining on Periscope for the first time and you're not officially part of the challenge, you can still get access to all the videos till Sunday. And I've been told, like, so much gratitude that this is like a complete course practically on its own. Awesome. And people are really, really being so grateful for what they're receiving, and I don't want you to miss out. So if you're not officially part of the challenge, just go to my bio and you can still sign up there. It's completely free. It'll give you access to all the videos until Sunday. And since this is the last day, before we dive into all the rich, yummy, conscious money and business principles we're going to talk about today, I just want to take a moment, of course, to say from my heart just what a joy it is for me to be here, and share all of this with you, and just how much fun it has been to do this challenge. And, it's seeing your commitment, it's seeing your passion and your vision come to life. It's seeing all the breakthroughs that I've been having, that people have been having, that keep me so excited and moved and inspired and connected, and bringing you so much rich material for free. I've seen people over the course of just these last 6 days go from just like having like a desire to do something good to suddenly having entire programs written. I'm seeing people connect with like a deep, unshakable soul confidence that they never even knew they had. I'm seeing visions get really ignited, partnerships being created, people moving into actions around their business that they had been stalling on for a really long time. There's just like a magic momentum that's being built as a result of this challenge. So it's just been such an honor, and it's as much as a blessing for me. Thank you for the hearts to see you all and sharing this together, because why are we doing this? We are doing this for our world. And to me, this is as much a part of my service as anything I get paid for. You're helping me a lot. I caught you up on 1 to 4. Very grateful for you. Oh, I'm so glad, Risa. And it only is going to get juicier if you when you get into days 5 through 7. It's going to be amazing. I'm so glad, honey. And it's been so big. And when we're so anything but done yet, we have today. But to me, just this is part of my values and my system. Of course, I charge for a lot of my services, and some of my services, are totally accessible to everyone. And some of my services we go really deep, and people pay me a lot of money for them. But as part of my value, I'm just here to ignite as many people as possible, because that's what's going to ignite my world. And I'm here to make a huge difference in our world. My mission, my personal mission, is to really free our world from suffering. And the more people that I can touch and ignite and remind them about their truth, the more people that remember who they truly are and start accessing the wisdom they have inside and the power of their love and their heart, the more ease I'm going to experience in the world, everyone's going to experience in the world. And it's just such a blessing to me to see all of you come alive. But I'm just as grateful for you, because not only this is about birthing some passion, project, or vision, you are helping just with your radiance, just with the greater wisdom and confidence and love that you're going to be moving in, thanks to really, truly applying the lessons you've learned here. Just that in itself, you're going to be creating change in this world, whether you realize it or not. So I'm just honoring all of you and just saying what an honor it's been. And today, of course, is going to be just as juicy as all the others. And before we get into that, a lot of people have been asking for more support. Now that your vision's coming to life and you're seeing all these things happen and you're coming up with your programs, a lot of people are asking more support. You're wanting more support with the details. You're wanting support with the strategic details, how to title things, how to name things, how to structure things, where to find your ideal partnerships, how to cultivate those relationships in a way that feels good, how to talk to people you've never spoken before, all these kinds of strategic details. But of course, a lot of you have been asking, how can I deepen further in these leadership mastery skills? I'm feeling their power and I want to ground them more. And so I wanted to make sure you realize that I'm absolutely in no way, shape, or form ever going to leave you hanging. And of course, I've been talking about the Birth Your Big Vision Feminine Leadership Launchpad that doesn't officially launch until the fall, but because I don't want to leave you hanging, I did want to share 2 things that I'm just super, super excited about to make sure you continue to have support. How does that sound? And so I just want to go over these 2 things really, really, really quick so that you got me and I got you. Okay, and there's going to be infinite more ways, because we have built so much momentum, so let's not stop, right? And so I got you. So the first way that I want you to know that I got you is by I've opened up my calendar this week, and only this week and next week, for a limited number of sessions of what I call Birth Your Big Vision Breakthrough Session. And this again is my gift to you, to help keep you going. I am so committed to help keeping you going. And what is this session? It's going to be a powerful complementary session where we're going to look at your vision. We're going to get really deep down in your heart, however clear or unclear you are about it. We're going to help you get even more clear about your vision. We're going to really, really look and get deep down into your heart and discover what's really wanting to emerge here. And I've had women show up on these Birth Your Big Vision breakthrough sessions thinking they have zero clarity, and suddenly be illuminated to how clear they are. And like I've said before, have entire programs already outlined, know exactly what area of focus they're going here, getting in touch with their heart's message. Oh, honey, you're welcome, Don. Thank you, sweetie. And it's just my love. Hello, Leslie. Hi, beautiful woman. So I wanted to offer this group a chance to get at these. And so we're going to look at that vision of yours and really help you get so much more clarity. Thanks for inviting followers. Beautiful. And of course, we're also going to look at your obstacles, because that's a huge part of it, right? There are going to be ups and downs on your journey. And And there's already stuff holding you back that you're aware of, and there might be stuff that's holding you back that you might not be aware of. Thanks for inviting followers, beautiful. So we're going to look at your obstacles. And then once we get a really deep sense of both, I'm going to really help you get clear on the most powerful next steps for you. And it's going to be so, so juicy and good. And so if you want to take advantage of these super complimentary sessions, you can just go to SJW blog, so SJW for Shirley Joy Weiss, sjwblog.com/vision now. So vision now, VISIONNOW. sjwblog.com/vision now. And that'll take you straight to the application. And there is an application involved because I have a limited number of these available. So I really want to make sure you are a true good fit. And if you're a fit, and if it feels like a line, if it feels like a time for both of us, my team will contact you as soon as possible to get you in my calendar and get you scheduled right away. So if you want to take advantage, I'm only making these available the rest of this week and next week. So you want to take advantage. So make sure to get that application in sjwblog.com/vision now. So that's my first gift to you in order to keep you going and keep this momentum, because I know it's been good and rich, and let's get you out there. And this is for those of you that are super committed and are super ready to get going, and you're super ready to know your worth. Thank you, honey. Exactly, perfect. Leslie just put it down there. That's it. Perfect. Thank you, honey. And so this is for those of you that are ready to really, on a deeper level, know your value, know your worth, know your power, deeper than ever before. And master at a greater level your ability to shed doubt, move through those voices of doubt, because they come up for all of us, especially on the leadership and coaching path. So you can start moving forward powerfully. So we're going to work on that deeper inner spiritual level for sure. But also those of you that are ready to roll up your masculine business savvy sleeves and become the savvy biz goddess that you know you're here to be. A lot of us transformational coaches and entrepreneurs, that business side of things hasn't come natural. I know it didn't come natural to me. And I had to finally roll up my sleeves and learn how to unleash that masterful, super savvy, cutting edge, let's go, make it happen, business goddess, right? And I did. And once I did, and I turned that marketing hat on, but marketing hat from a Shirley Joy twist, right? Where marketing is soulful and delicious and just as much as part of a service as something like this, right? Wow, it was amazing what started to happen. And so that's what's available for you. And if this feels like you and your time, even if you have doubts, apply. It's going to be awesome. So that's my first offering from my heart to yours, because I want to make sure everyone gets served. And the second offering, before we get into today's juicy, juicy money content, is the following. So as you know, this challenge has been based directly, it's been plucked out directly out of my Birth Your Big Vision feminine leadership launchpad for your enlightened business. And this is a program that actually doesn't officially get launched till the fall. So you're not going to really hear much about it. You're not going to see it be promoted really much, except for the people who have taken this challenge. And so it's really, I'm just sharing it internally with all of you who have been so committed as a show of gratitude and opportunity for you. And it's going to, when I launch it officially widespread in the fall, it's going to be this really powerful 9-month journey that is going to consist of that rare combination of spiritual and strategic support. For those of you on this call that I know you're those rare conscious souls that are done with cookie cutter approaches and coaches who just don't see your depth. And they want to just throw you out there rather than helping you get really aligned with your soul purpose and the message and wisdom that you're really here to bring through. And that's what a lot of my clients say. Wow, I've never been seen the way you see me. And when we help them sift and connect with their true soul purpose and message they're here to bring, what they discovered is an unshakable excitement and willingness to get out there. Whereas before they procrastinated and only put one foot in and did things in a way that really resulted in crickets, suddenly they get out so powerfully, because not only do we get them in touch so deeply with their heart and their message and their soul, while also getting them really savvy on a strategic and an intuitive way to bring it to life powerfully. And that's what your Birth Your Big Vision Launchpad is about, you know, and how to really help you embody, be a walking embodiment of love and clarity and wisdom so that you really feel and know your value, your power as a spiritual leader. You finally own, oh my God, I am a spiritual leader. Whether you're talking about food or money or relationships or health, deep down inside, you know you are a true walking leader. And that's what I'm committed to helping such leaders get out into the planet, that they are really radiating a level of wisdom and heart and commitment and soul, that just their presence ignites greater possibility and brings people into their heart. And it's a juicy journey of really learning to embody all these principles that we've talked about this week. You know, I've given you so much this week, but how do you really walk it, right? How do you really integrate it in a powerful way? And this is what Birth Your Big Vision is all about. And so, as you know, as I mentioned, I think I mentioned in one of the conversations that I was guided to offer an abbreviated, shorter, sort of beta version with a few select women this spring. And I use the term beta very loosely because the work has already been done and proven and it's been created. And so it's more of a beta program because I really want to just work with a select group of few women very closely. You know, it's just to get your feedback and testimonials for when I launch in the fall. And as a show of my gratitude to you, I am going to give you the program at a fraction of the investment, and you're also going to get infinitely more direct access to me because it's going to be such a smaller group. Thank you, honey. And so it's going to be really, really, really powerful and an amazing opportunity. And it's going to just really, really quick, because I want to just get into the content already, but really quick in the program, you're going to get 2 full live retreats in the beginning of the program that are my soul-centered business mastery retreats that are going to help you get the full download so that you really develop complete program clarity. And you ignite that marketing brain of yours. You understand market research in a really soulful way that helps you get into the heart of your clients and also come from your own heart, and how to develop modules and names and titles that speak right to the heart of your client. It starts in a couple weeks. It starts in the end of April. And so, yes, we're going to do, and these are going to be virtual retreats, but they're going to be just as juicy, honey. And there's going to be an opportunity for this group to potentially come on a live retreat with me. It's not included in the group, mostly to also help keep the investment lower. But we can talk about it. We're going to talk about it. And so in the live virtual retreats of the Soul-Centered Business Mastery, you're going to get that complete program clarity and titles, and I'm not just going to help you guide them. You know, I'm really masterful. My clients love, oh my God, you're so good at it, when we come up with names and titles and organize and really sift through the material wanting to come through you, so it really not only serves your soul but serves your client, but help ignite that ability in you, because I don't want to make you dependent on me, right? And then the second part of the live virtual retreat is all about launch clarity, and how to launch in a really effective, soulful way and get out there to your tribe, how to find them, how to create trust in them, how to build funnels, all that good stuff, but from a really soulful perspective of my years of experience. And just the wisdom you're going to get in those 2 live virtual retreats. You know, a lot of coaches are charging $10,000 and $20,000 for it. And then so that's to help you clarify your vision. And then we move together, and we're only going to do, this version is only going to be 6 months. So it's going to be a shorter version, and it's going to, so then for 6 months after we help you clarify your vision, you're going to have 6 months of really integrating and deepening into the 6 leadership mastery themes that we talked about on this journey. And so, of course, they all begin with you and helping you understand your true role of a leader and ignite spiritual vision, and what does it mean to lead with divine confidence and divine love, and really integrate love into your body and into your cells through daily practices and meditations. So you are in a walking embodiment of love, and you learn how to dissolve not only the doubts in you, but the doubts in others. You know, so we're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about habit mastery. You know, a lot of us have those habits that make us feel like a fraud, or that we shouldn't be out there as leaders, and how to really undo those in a way that was infinitely more easier than you can imagine, and how to remain centered through all the ups and downs and love it all. So we begin with you, and then how to get you out into the world, right? Connection, communication, money, business principles, all that good stuff that we touch, but really in a way that helps you embody it and integrate. And so it's going to be amazing. And I'm also offering really amazing bonuses because I'm already running a group of my soul-centered clarity coaching training. And basically it's my coaching training. And so I'm giving all of you guys that are going to sign up for this, and this is probably not going to be available for the group in the fall, you guys are going to get the recordings of my coaching training. And so if you want to become a masterful coach of transformation that is really helping your clients release the past and ignite the power of the present moment and the power of their intuition, their power of their creativity, so that they really can create the lives that really are filled with the peace, love, joy, and possibility that they know is possible, this is for you. And we're going to, and it's also going to help you personally ground more deeply into the principles. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. Yeah. And we're going to talk about intergenerational patternings and how to clear those. And we're going to talk about how to work with the ego in a really masterful way. Yay! Oh my God. So if you want to do this, you really can't miss it. Exactly. I'm making it super, super accessible. The payments for your membership to the Feminine Leadership Launchpad, they start around $450 a month to make it super accessible for everyone. You're not going to get a training at this investment, this kind of leadership training, self-mastery training, coaching training, and then business mastery training to launch your mission, especially online, into the world at such a cost. So I'm super, super excited to bring it all to you. So if you want to learn more, just go to sjwblog.com/BBV. So that's Birth Your Big Vision, right? BBV 2016. sjwblog.com, B as in boy, B as in boy, V as in Victor, 2016. And you'll get all the download, and it'll take you out to the application as well so that you can apply. And I'm hosting interviews only for the next 2 weeks, and my appointments are going to fill, so submit your application as soon as possible. And the application is not going to, commit you to anything, and it's not going to guarantee your entrance into the program, but it's going to definitely guarantee a super, super juicy, amazing, activating conversation with me. And we'll see if you're a great fit. And I'm super excited to call in the amazing women that are ready to receive this gift, to make them that much more powerful as leaders, as coaches, as healers, and really get out there in a way that's thriving and joyful and spirit-led. And so those are the 2 ways that I got you. And enough of that. Let's dive in today's content. I'm super, super excited to bring today's content. So if you haven't shared with your followers, we're about to get into the meat and the juice of the conversation tonight about money. So make sure to do that now. And let's all take a deep breath in. Let it out. Beautiful. So much juicy stuff already coming through. I'm feeling the heat. I'm feeling the passion heat. Do you guys feel that? When you're so inspired and passionate, you just feel heat. That's what I feel right now. And so the passion heat is on. And let's take another deep breath in and come back into our bodies so that we can really fully receive the wisdom that we're about to get downloaded now in a deeply integrated way, and allow ourselves to step into greater abundance and thriving thanks to today's lesson. And great. And so let's dive in. So beautiful. And so, of course, as we said before, we're going to help you create a healthy relationship with money, that it's going to help you attract it rather than repel it. And we're going to get in touch with the true source of abundance. And then we're going to talk about balancing that strategy with intuition, which is so key for greatest efficiency and success in your work. And so with that, let me tune in. All right. Beautiful. So the first thing that I want to mention is that there's so many money and abundance trainings out there, right? There's so many money and abundance trainings out there, and they give great tips around money mindset and clearing blocks and a lot of affirmations. And some of them are amazing. I'm definitely not judging. Some of them are amazing. But what I find with a lot of these is that they don't get down to the root cause of money issues. And that's what we're going to get down to today. We're going to get down to the root cause of money issues, the real misunderstanding about money that is keeping you repelling it from your life, that is keeping you from experiencing more fluid, constant flow of it in your life. So we're going to get down to the root of that. And then, of course, we're going to really help open up your eyes to the greatest source of abundance in your life, the greatest resource, the ultimate resource, so that you can ignite that in your business and your life. And then, of course, we're going to get more into some business savvy goddess tips, savvy business goddess tips around, really thriving in conscious business, and not in a way that just helps you thrive financially, but it helps you thrive emotionally. Because what is success? Is success just about money? No, to me, success is being happy. That's another definition of success. Someone asked that earlier on this week. What is the definition of success? And the ultimate definition of success is experiencing the peace and happiness of your true divine nature. And that's ultimately what you see my work is about, helping you clear away the misunderstandings and misguidance and delusions that keep you from experiencing the true innate love and peace and joy of your heart. And so conscious business principles are not just about making money. They're about enjoying your business too. And that's so important, so important. So hopefully we'll get some time to talk about that. But let's start into money. And this is important. Yes, great point. Exactly. So talking about money and the way we're going to talk about it tonight is really important, because how we relate to money, how we understand money is, like I said already, causing it to show up in your life, or it's causing it to get repelled, right? But that's not all. How you understand, view, and relate to money is actually also completely influencing how you show up in your work, period. Because of course, in today's society, work, mission usually is a service that is offered in exchange for money, right? And so there's an intimate relationship there between your service and money. They're one and the same in a very simple way. I mean, they're certainly not one and the same. Your service isn't about money. At least I know the women on this call, their service isn't just about money. In fact, that's not the driving purpose of their service at all. But they're so intimately connected that when your relationship to money is off, your relationship to your work is off. Exactly. I know you're driven by a deeper purpose and a deeper vision. But because they are so intimately related, right? If your relationship to money is off, it's going to affect how you show up in your business. And a lot of people, I'm seeing so many hidden, innocent actions that they're doing in their work that that we might label sabotage, for example. They're sabotaging how they show up in their work in many ways. I've identified so many ways that people do this. And most people think that sabotage is due to doubt or self-doubt, lack of self-confidence. I see a lot of sabotage in work actually be rooted in money issues. Because if you have fear of money, if you have a misunderstanding with money, if you have a lack consciousness around money, why would you really fully show up in your work? If that's not going to happen, if you're not going to get paid for it, why would you fully give it your all? And then you sabotage yourself. You don't take care of yourself, so you show up in your work in a way that you get depleted and people don't feel good around you. You sabotage your timelines. You sabotage so many things. And they're actually rooted in money issues. And that's why it's so important that we clarify your money issues, because it's not just going to affect your money flow. It's going to affect how you show up in your work. And yes, it's not the purpose of our work, but it is a huge driving energy in your work. And when you have a negative relationship with money, you're going to sabotage your business. And you're going to feel like you're in so much action, but unknowingly sabotaging it in so many areas, and then you wonder why you have crickets. And so this is a huge conversation for success, not just literally, in the terms of making money around it. And this is plucked out of the Birth Your Big Vision module month leadership mastery theme. And we spent again a whole month on this, which is called Prospering in Your Soul-Centered Venture, this is again about mastering higher consciousness wealth and soulful business principles, right? And so we help you discover in both a deep and practical way what your relationship is to money. I recently interviewed on Blog Talk Radio. The host said his third highest rated show ever. Great, awesome, beautiful, and look, and he got clients. What about you? Oh, woman, oh my goodness. If you didn't get clients out of it, I'm really glad you're here and we have to talk. And this is what we got. I only got interested, but not paying clients. Oh, exactly. And so he received the benefit of all your heart, all your love, all your wisdom. And where are you? And so I'm really, really glad you're here today, because you'll be surprised how clarifying some of your money issues may start helping really make a profound change in this. Exactly. And it's all, it's all about owning your value in many ways. We're not going to get into this piece around money. If you're not showing up in a way that's owning your value, you're not going to promote yourself. You're going to just say really great things, but he's going to promote so much of himself and get all the value out of it. And you're like, oh, okay. And I see that's another way that we sabotage ourselves when we have a negative relationship with money. And selling, that's another piece that we get into in this module. How to love selling rather than feel it's like conniving or manipulative or a negative thing. How about loving selling? Understanding that selling is as much as part of your service as anything else. And how about discovering a way of selling and marketing yourself that is so soulful, that it's absolutely part of your work, and you're actually holding your service back if you're not out there saying, hey, I'm amazing and I got this for you. I have this piece of wisdom that can help you break through. I have this piece of wisdom that I figured out. And if you need this piece of wisdom, by all means, call me. You're not forcing anyone into anything. You're just offering your heart and your value and your truth. But if you doubt your value and it's a story that you have to break free from, you're not going to do that. And so you share your wisdom in a really lovely way, but you never dare really state your value. This is another way to look at it. All right. And so you're seeing, I'm so glad you're on this call, Leslie, and definitely connect with me personally, private message me, or apply for one of these sessions to see how we can help you, support you. And I want you to think of it like this, because you know what a good metaphor is? A good metaphor for this is having a garden. And you want this flourishing garden, but part of what a gardener needs to do is make sure they're plucking the weeds, right? Because there are plants that are weeds, right? That keep flowers, or the food-giving plants that you want to grow from growing, right? And if you don't pluck the weeds, they take over, they're invasive, and you could be planting so many seeds of love, but they're not flowering because of the weeds. And that's what you got to do here. You got to pluck the weeds around your money consciousness, so that all the seeds of your greatness that you're out there with so much heart putting out into the world can flourish, can grow. I've identified a huge list of these hidden weeds that people don't realize, that they're basically very common. I've identified over 20 of them. I think I'm up to 30 now. The most common, there's many, but I'm talking about the most common, like fatal mistakes that entrepreneurs are making that keep them from prospering, that keep their flowers, from growing. But before we help you start identifying those weeds that point directly to having money issues, it's important that we go to the core. So let's go to the core, your understanding of money and abundance, so that you can really just start to clarify how you view money and connect. This is the purpose of today's call. I want to say it before we even get to it. You can connect to the abundance that you already are, and that you already have access to. Let me say that again. The purpose of clarifying all this misunderstanding about money and what money really is so that you can connect to the abundance you already have access to and that you already are. Let's take a deep breath, hearing that I am abundant already. If I already have access to abundance, and if I already am abundance, okay, time to get clear on why that's not coming in. Take another deep breath in. Beautiful. So what is abundance? Let's get down to the heart, to the core, because money is just part of abundance. Abundance is not money. Money is just part of abundance. So what is abundance? Abundance is reality. We live in an infinitely abundant universe. And you may think you know where I'm going with this, but hold on tight. Because I guarantee I'm going to give you one of my awesome, fun Shirley Joy twists on abundance and money today. Money is part of abundance, but money is not abundance. Abundance is reality. We live in an abundant universe. I mean, just look at our universe and just simply look at our extraordinary planet. A field left to its own devices, a forest left untouched, becomes an infinite, unlimited resource of food and constant growth and vitality. And there's such a wisdom to the way nature grows, and plants that benefit each other grow together. I mean, the abundance in the universe is constantly being shown. That's why you constantly have to prune your plants. It's just abundance. It's just growth. The universe is growth. Our bodies are an infinite example of that. We have endless cell generation. And a lot of the dust that you see in your house is actually skin, dead skin cells, because it's constantly flaking off us so new ones can generate. In our liver, I'm sure you've all heard this, we have a new liver every 7 months, all that good stuff. It's like endless cell generation. It's abundance. Our bodies are abundance. Our universe is abundance. So reality is abundance, but let's not just stop there at the physical. Let's not look at abundance just in terms of the physical. This is when we're going to start getting deep and juicy. Because it's not just physical. Abundance is informational. It's mental as well. And we are connected to the abundant field of endless wisdom, of endless information, of endless fresh thinking. We are connected to this unlimited, endless field of wisdom, and there's really no limit. There's no limit to what our highest minds, our creative nature can come up with. Abundance of ideas. You got it, honey. There's no limit to the amount of fresh perspectives that when we are grounded in our true nature, not our limited ego that says this way or no way, no, this is the only way, no, not that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about our highest selves, our true creative nature that is connected to this field of wisdom and possibilities. There's no limit to the amount of fresh perspective or viewpoints that we can come up with around anything, around our business, around business ideas, around potential, around ways to make money. There's no limit to the amount of solutions, fresh innovation, ingenuity that our minds can come up with. And that is the source of all abundance in the universe. So while it seems like solutions are technology and science and innovation, whether it's in the medical field or technology or agriculture, no. Where did those ideas originate from? You know where those ideas originated from? The ideas that have cured diseases, the ideas that created this amazing phone that I'm on, right? That I'm streaming live into the universe, connecting to people around the globe. You know, my clients are in Europe, in Australia, in South America, and Canada, everywhere, not just in the States. And I'm streaming live to them now. Like, what created this? A machine? No. Our human wisdom. Or really our spiritual wisdom that as humans are forever connected to through our creative capacity, through our highest mind. That is what created those solutions, not machines, although it may seem like it's a machine. And it's that same creative capacity that created all that ingenuity and solutions, and listen to this, that created the concept, the idea of money. Money is nothing but a man-made concept, an idea. And so it's really important to differentiate these two things. It's really important to realize what is real abundance, where the real source of abundance comes from, and what money really is. Because money is not the source of abundance. Money is not the source of creativity. Money is not the source of safety. Money is not the source of joy. Money is not the source of wisdom. Money is a tool, like this glass. Let me take a sip from this glass. This is a tool, a man-made tool. If you didn't know that this glass could hold water, it would be meaningless to you. It would just be like some weird vessel's device. You might not even call it a vessel. Money is just like that. It's really the value that I gave to this cup to hold water. And money is just a tool to buy things. Absolutely. And that's all it is. So we're needing to really understand what true abundance is and what isn't. And you're going to see how we're going to use this on a very practical level too. But I know the thing is, when you go out into the universe, our world, and everything has a price tag, whether like a mentoring program with me or, clothes, glasses, everything has a price tag, food, right? When everything has a price tag, it can get really tricky. We can get really confused and forget that money isn't abundance. And we think that how much of it is in our bank account determines abundance, but that's not abundance. Having a lot of money in a bank account is having a lot of this tool to buy things in a bank account. But money's not abundance. What did we just say abundance is? Abundance is the universe. Abundance is reality. And abundance is your endless wealth that you're connected to. And money's just made up object, made up by humans. Money is a human invention. And it's not knowing this. Let's start getting practical about it. It's not understanding what money really is and the true source of abundance. Because if I have abundance in my life, it's because I had some idea, some ingenuity, some creative capacity, and I went and I did some service with this idea. I brought this idea to life. I brought it out into the world and I got money for it. It was the idea that created the money. Or I got some skill and I got hired for my skill. The skill and the idea behind that skill and the idea to go out and get a job and the ideas that I brought every day to that job are what created abundance in my life, not money. But not understanding this, people really misuse and misunderstand money. And then they start to have a really negative relationship with it. And they think, when I have money, I will be finally abundant. Or when I have money, I'll finally be happy. That's the worst one. And I'll finally be secure. I'll finally be successful. And so because you're putting this false responsibility on money, you start to create a very angst, codependent relationship with money that fills you with worry and fear and fright. Until you have it, it becomes like a necessity because you don't realize the true source of money. But it doesn't work that way. You don't get happy from money. A lot of people have a lot of money in the bank account and they're not happy. When you have a certain amount of money, it doesn't end your worry. Waking up to the thoughts that create worry is what creates your worry. It's what ends your worry. It doesn't work that way with money. Money can't give us feelings. The only thing that can give you a feeling is your thinking taking form in the moment. That's the only thing that can give you a feeling. And if you have a feeling of safety and security, that's when you feel safety and security. And if you have a feeling of abundance and appreciation and gratitude, that's what gives you appreciation and abundance and gratitude. If you have a thought around possibility and like, ooh, okay, that didn't work in my business. Let me see what I can create next. That is what helps you feel great in your business, not proof that more income is coming, because there's never proof that more income is coming, even when you have a safe job, because no job is safe. So your feeling of safety and ability to survive is never generated from money. That's impossible. Money can't do those things. Money is a piece of paper. It can't do those things. It's our thinking. The same thing with men. For example, most of you on this call are women. A man can't give us a feeling of safety. A man can't give us a feeling of validation and love. Have you ever noticed that you could get infinite compliments from people, whether they're men or women or mothers or brothers or whoever? And until you give yourself that validation and love, you're never going to be able to really receive it from others. Why? Because validation and love and safety don't come from outside things. That's impossible because they're feelings, and feelings only ever come from our focus or thinking. And if we are grounded in higher thinking, the thinking of our true self that sees things as they really are, unlimited and abundant, we're going to tend to have feelings of gratitude and abundance and safety, period. But if we're not grounded and if we don't see things as they really are and we get all caught up in the lies of our ego and our fearful mind, That's where lack of safety comes from. Haven't you noticed that there's women that are in relationships that are years long and they're constantly in fear that their relationship's going to leave? And meanwhile, the man is there at their side, ring on their finger, and this woman is like fearful that this man's going to leave. Because safety doesn't come by the promise of someone else. Safety comes from where you're thinking. It's the same thing with money. And so my thinking about money or men can give me all kinds of feelings. But money or men can't give me feelings. That's impossible. Now here's what money is really amazingly useful for. Thanks, I'm glad you like that. It's really amazing for buying stuff. Money is really amazing for buying stuff. That's all. It's really amazing for, purchasing your domain name, and it is good for that. That's all it's good for. And it reminds me of one of my, and a lot of people relate to money. When you don't understand that money is just a man-made concept and it's not evil, you fall into one of the greatest delusions around money too. I remember one of my teachers used to always say, how did it go? A lot of people love money and use people rather than loving people and using money. Let me say that again. A lot of people love money because they misunderstand it. They think money is the source of their security. So a lot of people love money and use people, and they think people is the source of their security. No. You should just love people and use money. Use money for what it is. Don't give money more power and meaning than it actually has. Start to see it for what it is. And this understanding alone is going to help you change your relationship to money to a more empowered one. Because in misunderstanding money and the true source of abundance, you unconsciously reject money. If you think money is powerful and you don't have it, or it's inconsistent in your life, you're giving it a power, and you unconsciously start to reject it because it's a frustrating relationship. And anything you have a frustrating relationship with, you unconsciously reject. Even if you think it's your source of freedom. But money isn't your source of freedom. It's our thinking about money that shapes what money is. It's our thinking about freedom that creates freedom. And so our thinking about money is never really usually based in reality. It's usually created on some story we learned from society or our experience or our ancestors or our family. And our thinking and feeling about money is either pushing it away or bringing it to us. And so we have to find out how we're feeling and thinking about money. We have to find out if we're giving money a power it doesn't have. If we have to find out if we're feeling okay about money and just see it for what it is, a tool, or if we're feeling like, oh my God, it's this my liberator and it's my source of ease and safety and security, and I don't know how it comes, and so I'm frustrated. That kind of energy is only going to repel money in your life. Whether you realize it or not, it's going to cause you to show up in a sabotaging way in your business and everything you do, and it's going to make it be very inconsistent in your life. And there's many ways, when I bring this list of 20 fatal mistakes that people are doing, these weeds that I mentioned earlier to my clients, you start to realize it's a very quick way to realize if you have money issues. Because if you're showing up in these ways, like ignoring your cash flow, for example. People who ignore their cash flow in their business tend to have money issues. Or not spending money on the right things. They spend money on things like everyday things in their operations, but they don't spend money on things that are going to make their operation grow. They don't spend money on things, and they don't invest money on a support team. On virtual assistants that are going to really help them put their energy on what matters. They're afraid to spend money on that. They're afraid to spend money on mentors. They're going to help them grow. They're not spending their money on the right things. Or you don't have, there's so many other ways, right? There's a whole list. I don't have it in front of me, so I don't remember them right off the top of my head. So that's one way to discover if you have a negative relationship with money. That's very easy. But there's an easier way to discover that I want to give you right off the bat. To discover if you have a negative relationship with money. And it's very easy. Just look how much of it is showing up in your life. And if it's inconsistent, if it's up and down, or if it's like lacking altogether, you can be sure that you have some limited thinking about money. It's really that easy, because the way that money flows through your business and life is going to give you a very, very clear indication around what your money thinking is. And remember, money is made up. And this is why money is such an awesome topic in self-development, because since money is made up, since money isn't real, since money isn't going to really create any sense of safety or security or abundance in your life, it becomes a really great mirror to help you deepen in your true understanding of life, of where true security and wisdom comes from. It's going to really, if you finally choose to look at money in this way and look at your money consciousness, and you start looking, it's going to help empower you. Because oh my God, it's going to wake you up to the dreamer that you are. You're the thinker, you're the dreamer. And what have I been thinking? And it's just a whole lot of thinking, because money is just a tool. And so if I have this really crazy relationship with a tool, you don't have do any of you have a crazy relationship with this glass? No, you guys don't freak out and worry about this glass, but you're freaking out and worrying about money. Because why? You have thinking about it that is freaking you out. That's it. It's not the money that's freaking you out. It's not the lack of money that's freaking you out. Exactly. No, you don't have a relationship like that to glass. It's not the money that's freaking you out. It's not lack of money that's freaking you out. It's your thinking about money that's freaking you out. And that thinking, that limiting thinking of money, since it's freaking you out, it's causing you to repel it in your life. So you just got to, again, has been a major theme across the whole Birth Your Big Vision challenge, have to wake up to your thinking. And realizing that it's your thinking that's molding your experience in your life. And your thinking is either going to come from a higher, more empowered place, or it's going to come from a powerless victim place when you get caught up in it. It's your thinking that's creating worry about money and repelling it, not money. Money has no power to do that. Money is neutral. So when you give power to money that it doesn't exist, not only do you create this craziness that we just talked about, but you forget the real source of abundance. And this is where it gets really bad. Because the real source of abundance is you, the limitless creative capacity that we have. And in life, in business, certain ideas will take off and certain ideas won't. Like Thomas Edison, that very well-known example that is constantly repeated. I think he failed at creating the light bulb. I think it was 10,000 times. This light bulb that is lighting my face right now, they estimated, or I think he failed 10,000 times, but he kept going. That is our unlimited creative capacity. And he didn't say at the first, nor the second, nor the 100th, nor the 400. Talk about a truly successful being. This is success, your ability to dust yourself off. Okay, that didn't work. Well, what will? And that's going to happen in your business. That's going to happen in your service. Some ideas are going to explode and people are going to be super excited about it, and some ideas won't. And if you're in your ego, in your limited center, you're going to throw the towel really quick. That's fake commitment. That's running from ego. Your creative capacity is okay, well, what else can I create? Excited about it. Let's go back in the play box, in the sandbox. What else can I create? That's true abundance. And we have an unlimited. And the more we ground and stay and play with this creative capacity, the more we'll realize what this greatest source of abundance is. And in the Birth Your Big Vision Launchpad, we really get down and dirty into really helping you unleash this creative capacity in you and no longer get stopped by many of the common blocks around the creative capacity that have you feel limited and just throw the towel in. But that's what's really bad about identifying money as powerful, because you forget you're the power. You are the power. And you forget that the universe is abundant, and you freak out and you create a lot of suffering for yourself and you repel money. So we got to get over this. So I went really over today and I want to start wrapping up. So let's get really, really practical. Because remember, you are the one that gives this value, Think about it. Let me give you another example of why you are the power. Take about a tool like oil or Fire. Great Periscope. I'm glad, honey. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I told you I was going to give you guys a really unique twist on money and abundance. Take one of the most important commodities on our earth right now. Whether it is the most important or not, that's despite it. But today, oil, right? Wars are started over oil. It's such an important commodity. But until the human being with the creative capacity of our wisdom discovered how to use its power, the power that can heat homes and run cars, right? All that stuff. It was just like sticky goo. It was inherently like not valuable. It had no value. It was like this sticky goo in the ground. So is it the oil that was valuable? No. The value is inherent in our beautiful, amazing spiritual wisdom that comes through the human mind. The value is in us. And this can be applied to oil, to gas, to food, and every other resource that we put so much value on. But none of those things were valuable until a human, like you and me, made of the exact same stuff as you and me, connected to the same wisdom as you and me, had an insight. And that is where value is created. Wow. I can use this to hold water. That is human ingenuity. That is where value comes from. And if one flops, you have a limitless capacity to create others. And when you start to put your attention in this area, in this direction, in your unlimited true capacity, where true abundance comes from, and away from a destructive relationship with money that repels it, not only are you going to be an unlimited creative powerhouse, but your your relationship with money is going to be a neutral one again, and see it for what it is, and it's going to start flowing. Just for that, we are the supply, not a bank. We are the supply. And to deny the supply you are, to reject money, to fear your creative potential, to doubt your creative potential, is to deny our creative capacities, to deny our divinity. And to create stories around money that it's powerful and the source of your safety, or to even name money as hard or difficult. To have stories around money that it's hard or difficult to come by is also to deny our divinity and our creative capacity. Fear and self-doubt, not acknowledging my value, are what keeps money away. Exactly, it's basically what I'm saying. If you don't understand that you're the true source of abundance, that you're the true creative potential powerhouse that you are, that you're the divine goddess, that when you relax and open up to and learn how to be like an endless, unlimited vessel to creative wisdom, it's that is your value. You got to own it. You got to realize it step by step. In Birth Your Big Vision, we started helping women, just like we did in yesterday's lesson, own their value and really understand that they are valuable, that they're the source of supply. They are the source of innovation and wisdom in all their lives, and they're the source of powerful change for their clients. You have to own it to know it. And that's what brings money to your life. And so we got to wake up to your stories around money. Hello, welcome. You got to wake up to that you are a creator, that you're the true creator. And stop giving money power it doesn't have. Stop thinking that money is your savior. You are your savior. You are your liberator. Your creative capacity is your savior and your liberator. Lack could, from this higher perspective, from this higher wisdom, lack is the blessing that will help you get in touch with that creativity, because lack is the universe's compassionate way of being like, you haven't realized what a creative powerhouse you are already. So let me give you some lack so that you can realize, first of all, just how much abundance is around you, and you stop life is always giving us opportunities to either take the low road of old, limited, egoic, fearful thinking, or transcend and rise into a higher spiritual sight that is aligned with the universe, is in harmony with what's really happening, and take a higher viewpoint on things. And even lack could be like, oh, this is the universe's way of shaking me up to that money isn't my source of safety. I feel safe because I choose to know my safety. I keep losing my connection, keep looking forward to watching the replay. Awesome. Yes, you will. You know you will. And so lack is this beautiful blessing that wakes you up to knowing where does safety come from? Inside, from your thinking, from your ingenuity, from everything. And lack is the beautiful blessing that allows you to do that. Lack is the beautiful blessing that allows you to like, you know what? That didn't work. Let me try something else. Empowered, not, that didn't work. I'm doomed. Victim. Lack is a blessing. So you got to wake up to the stories about value, about what money should or shouldn't be spent on. Those are just stories too. Well, remember the theme of the entire Birth Your Big Vision challenge. Wake up to the stories. They're all stories. The stories of the power that money doesn't have. But even stories about what money should or should not be spent on. Oh, I can't spend money on that. I can't invest in myself. That's selfish. Whatever. That's a story. Again, all made up. You got to wake up to the stories. Another really common story that I see around aspiring change makers and coaches and healers is that it's not okay to me to be paid for doing this work that I love. It's okay for me to be paid for work that I don't love. You know, it's okay for me to go out there and do some skill I don't love. But for this, no. Why should I charge for this service? Again, story. Story, 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 story. You think you're not worthy to be paid for this service and really big? A lawyer can be paid really big for this service, but you that are igniting someone's potential, that are liberating someone from some difficulty, not worth to be paid really big? So you got to wake up to these stories. Stop saying you can't afford it. Another story. If you say you can't afford it, you're denying your divinity. That's one of the biggest denials of your divinity. Because to say I can't afford it is to say I don't know how to tap into my creative potential. You're denying your divinity. You're denying your true nature. You're denying yourself. And in this creative journey of life, if you say and believe that you cannot afford something, instant limitation. Because your brain, which is just this loyal little soldier, the very brain through which you access unlimited ideas, when you say I can't afford it, your brain just like, all right, and says and moves on to the next thing. You create your own limit. You create your own framework of affordability. It's all made up inside of you. You know, and I remember one of the greatest breakthrough examples that I can share around this was when I was finally ready. I discovered the mentor that I really wanted, and I had been calling forth a business mentor that was really going to help me bring my vision to the world in a bigger way. And I was praying to get her, and finally I was guided to her, and when I met her, I knew she was the one. And I was so excited. Oh my God, I just met my mentor. I'm so excited. Oh my God, this is it. This is exactly what I've been longing for. I didn't even know she existed. Oh my God. And it was, of course, very synchronistic how I was led to her. And then she said her price tag, and I almost fell out of my chair. It was like $22,000 for a year. And I had an income of about $200 a month at that time, and I had no access to credit cards because my credit had been totally shot. So it's not like I could even put it on a credit card. Damn, yes. But I knew. By that point, yeah, 20,000, absolutely. By that point, it was actually like 22. By that point, I had woken up to all the ideas that I'm sharing with you today. And so I knew that fear was just a story. I knew that those stories that were coming in my head, like there was literally no strategy. There was no mental, like how to afford this. There was no way. But I knew I was a heart yes. I knew I had been guided for this. I knew my highest choice was to sign up. And I knew in the creative capacity and wisdom of the universe. How did you end up affording it? You know how I ended up affording it? By throwing out all those stories and signing on the dotted line, independent of the how. One of the greatest spiritual principles that I follow is my job is not to know how. My job is to know what. To what I'm being guided to bring forth now. And I knew that was a heart yes for me. Yep. I have no idea how. And so part of me was shaking totally when I signed that dotted line. And you guys know what happened? I remember the first 3 months. Yes, exactly. My job is to not know how. The first 3 months of that journey, because I was with her. I was with her for over a year. The money came in the most radical ways. Of course, I had to put a lot of my spiritual practices to stay faithful and centered and calm so that the money could come in. And I did work on ensuring my money mindset so that I wasn't repelling it for sure. But in general, that money just came in such unexpected ways that I was laughing. I was laughing in a laughter of faith, because my faith got so deepened, because it was so unexpected the way that money came those first 3 months, that there was only one power working there. And it was really clear to me. And it was a higher power. And it deepened my faith so powerfully. It was one of the greatest gifts that I gave myself signing up. But the blessings didn't stop there. Totally. The 4th month, the money didn't appear out of nowhere like it had in very unexpected ways those first 3 months. But that proved to be just as much of a blessing. Because again, I had to really put in all my practices like divine poise to stay centered and calm and call forth guidance. And then, so here's what happened that 4th month. That was something really interesting that happened by 4th month. By that 4th month, I had actually already received enough really cool business strategy training from this mentor. And that 4th month, I suddenly had an insight, because I was putting all my spiritual principles and practices at work to stay really centered and calm and be open to the guidance. I received an insight, an idea to take one of the strategic pieces of advice that she had given me that was part of a whole different formula, a whole different blueprint to launch with. And I took this piece out, and I felt guided to launch just that little one piece in that moment. And my strategic mind, my mental mind, was like, no, you're going off her formula, and you can't do that. It's going to throw off the results later. But my heart knew, no, my heart, was getting really clear guidance. Take this piece and launch now. And so the beautiful combination of intuition and guidance, because I was so centered and calm, and the strategy that I had already developed that far, I put a post on Facebook, one post on Facebook. But at this time, it was a really powerful post, most efficient post, because it was fueled with really powerful strategy, but fueled by really the efficiency power of insight. Because insight are those ideas that tell you to go left instead of right very unexpectedly, and guides you to bump into that perfect person you needed to bump into, right? It's that intuitive wisdom guidance that makes time not a factor, makes miracles happen. That's when you're most powerful, when you're using strategy to support intuitive wisdom. And bam, one post on Facebook, and by the end of the week, I had made $10,000. And that reminded me why I am the source. I am the source of this infinite wisdom, and it's so important to learn how to tap into and move from this wisdom in your business, because if you're moving around in your wisdom in a very shotgun approach, let me try this, and you're not going to be guided in the same efficient, powerful way. Yeah, oh my God, exactly. When you're guided from a higher wisdom. Yes, $10,000 in 1 week. And so it's really important to just unleash, get rid of those stories, realize them from the stories you are, and unleash your greatest creative potential. And you have to, I had no idea how I was going to pay for this, and it all came to life, and I never missed one payment. But also my abundance conscious completely transformed after that, and the flow of abundance, because I realized money is a story. Money is a made-up concept, and all my relationship to it is just a made-up story. And so to get you going on this today, very practically, and I can't believe how over we're going today, but I guess it was an important lesson that needed to come out. I want you to get you started simply today. I have many tools that I help my clients do this, but I want to just give you a really practical, fun exercise to do that's going to really, again, help rewire your relationship to abundance in very unaccepted ways from the inside out. So I want you to do an experiment and see what happens every time you say to yourself, I can't afford it. Whether you're saying this to yourself out loud, or you're saying this to yourself, inside to yourself. They want you to do an experiment. Every time you have the thought, I can't afford it, which is a disempowered ego story, not real. I proved to you with that. And I want you to instead just do an experiment with, instead replace them with the words, how can I afford it? If you really get a hard yes to do something, How can I afford it? How can I afford it? And just start playing. How can I afford it? So that's one of my first practical tool tips. Replace every I can't afford it with how can I afford this? And so I really wanted to go into a lot more juicy stuff today. I wanted to get really into also the importance of having a balance between strategy, masculine strategy, and feminine intuition. And I wanted to get into some fun, deep tips around that. But I really feel we've gone way too over to do that. But I think that that story I just gave you, exactly, it is such a fun exercise. You're great at possibility thinking, Shirley. Yes, 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 yes. And this possibility thinking literally starts to rewire you from the inside out. It's very specific possibility thinking. And I really wanted to get into it because it is so important. You know, we are here to experience a balanced experience of the human experience and really become, develop our masculine. And masculine is not about gender, it's about energy. Masculine is your ability to create, direct, strategize, as well as our femininity, which is all about receiving, intuition, flow, journey, process, rather than end result. And we really got to do and balance both, which like the entire feminine leadership launchpad that Birth Your Big Vision is about balancing both of those, right? We have the virtual business mastery retreats that really help you roll up your sleeves and ignite that masterful marketing mind and makes you really strategic and cool and gives you all those tips. And then the entire leadership mastery training calls really help unearth that feminine intuition and faith and wisdom and your ability to enjoy. And so I'm not going to be able to go into a lot of detail, unfortunately, because I want to wrap up. I know I've kept you guys so long, but I want you to realize it's really important for you to do this. Because when you have that beautiful blend of both, if staying centered and connected enough that you hear a higher wisdom and then applying strategy to that, bam, magic happens. And when you're coming from that place that is really connected and in her heart, as is the feminine, and you do a more masculine energy like selling and promoting and marketing, ooh, it becomes so much more joyful. Imagine loving selling. Imagine loving marketing. I used to cringe at marketing. And so it's really, really important to learn both. And I know this challenge has been all about helping you birth your big vision. So I know I've given you so many tools already, and there's limitless more tools I can give you, but just also know that it is going to take you rolling up those sleeves and learning about spirit-led selling and branding and educating. You are, but not to get confined by those. I see a lot of coaches saying, you gotta learn this or else. No, not or else. Because my intuition knows infinitely more and has guided me off those plans, off those cookie cutter plans, and created results for me that those cookie cutter plans never would. But what happens now, because I've learned so many tools around strategy, around creating transformation to my clients, for example, around coaching, and I have learned so many tools around creating business, my intuition might sometimes help me pluck from those and make it really powerful. I no longer plan for client sessions because I know my greatest power is in the present moment. So that's my last piece of advice. I use a whole blueprint for how to ignite your intuition in Birth Your Big Vision. But just one of the pieces of that blueprint is presence, is staying present. And I really help my clients embody and really understand this power of now, but in a really practical way. But I just want to start cluing you into it now, is presence. Because it is in presence that I am going to be most open to that higher wisdom. That higher wisdom that has me say the most magical thing to my client that I couldn't have even strategized and thought of, that totally creates such deep transformation in them. And that's my greatest tool, my presence with my clients. But my intuition sometimes does have me pull from this storehouse of strategy that I've learned as a coach and as a business leader. And it guides me really powerful around that. And so to have the magic of both, it's just awesome. It's really fun to play in that way. And I want to invite you to look at this development as a fun part of your journey, not something that sounds daunting or anything, because it's not. And it's going to make you the most actualized being you can be. And it's not only going to help you birth your visions and get out there, but really transform you on the inside out. You know, to me, birthing a vision or building a business, it's one of the greatest spiritual practices because it's going to mirror to you all the stories in your head. And if I'm going to be this committed to something, may as well be committed to something that I feel good about, not someone else's vision, and something that I'm really inspired by, and something that's uniquely coming through me. You know, we're going to have to put the same work, whether we're putting the work for someone else as employees or bringing our vision through. We're going to have to look at the mirrors of life and look at where we're being limited and actualize yourself. So may as well bring it from what I'm here most passionate and follow my bliss. When we follow our bliss, magic happens. You discover your zone of genius. It's been one of the greatest gifts that I gave myself to move past all the fear and blockages and doubt and all the limitations that I had in order to birth my big vision. And that was, I mean, as much as I'm excited about all the women that I've helped transform and ignite through my work, I also love how I've been transformed to it. And that's the invitation and what's possible for you. And so, okay, that's it. That's what I got for you. There's so much more material that you guys can dive into in the replays. I'm just not even going to give it all. You know, there's so many fun ways to call forth intuition and wisdom, but I feel like just in general, you've already gotten a lot of them in the challenge. So I'm going to stop there, ladies. And you're so, so, so welcome. It's been such a joy to do this with all of you. You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. We're not done yet. For those of you that are officially part, you're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. I have a few live Q&As planned on the Courageous Soulpreneur group. Facebook does do live streaming video like Periscope now, and so I'm gonna do a few live Q&As on there. So you gotta be part of the Courageous Soulpreneur group to get on those live Q&As. Hello, Daniel, welcome. I'm just wrapping up today's call. You have to catch the replay. Yeah, and so stay tuned for an announcement of those live Q&As because I want to help you ground and all that good stuff, and it's going to be so much fun. So keep looking out for those. I'm going to do a couple of them over the next couple days, and then of course, remember, if you're ready to get more supported, I'm offering those complimentary Birth Your Big Vision breakthrough sessions. Yes, 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 so cool. And those are limited in the availability. They will fill up super, super fast. I'm only doing them for the next couple weeks. So make sure to go to sjwblog.com/vision now to sign up to apply for one of those Birth Your Big Vision breakthrough sessions. And if you're a fit, you know, my team will contact you ASAP to get you signed up. And so that's going to be really super excited. And if you're ready to really take on this amazing gift that I'm bringing, the few select women that are going to be part of this initial Birth Your Big Vision launchpad that's starting in just a few weeks, and you want to learn more about it and have an interview call, just the interview is going to be really fun and exciting because, you know, we're going to get connected in a deeper way. And let's see if you're going to be one of the few women that are going to be part of it. And it's going to be amazing and really help you birth your big vision. So if you want to apply for that, go to sjwblog.com/BBV 2016, Birth Your Big Vision 2016, BBV 2016. And you can learn all about the Birth Your Big Vision Feminine Leadership Launchpad. Get all the juicy details, and then submit an application. It's going to be amazing. It's been an honor, beautiful people. I love you all. The replays are available till Sunday, so make sure to catch up with the ones you haven't caught so far. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. I love you, Risa. I love you, Leslie. I love you all, the beautiful women that joined today and all days. And you know we're still connected on the spiritual level always, and certainly on the Courageous Soulpreneur Facebook group. So don't be a stranger, and make sure to tell me your ahas and what you've learned most. I'm really excited to hear from you and your vision and everything else. I love you, everyone. Till next time, Shirley Joy Weiss, you got this. You are the one. And you can realize it at the deepest level possible to bring your vision magnificently, powerfully to life this year, now, not later, not when you're ready. You are ready now. I love you, everyone. Take care.